stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong.
I'm the coach. You're locked.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Now, like 5! Who that? Why they try?
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start.
And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. Got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and throw it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A check on the numbers last week for Connor. 16 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got you. I got you.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. On second down now, it's Hill trying to run inside, but nothing there. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On third down, Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, I mean, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year, Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their third primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Throwing on second down, Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. T.J. Watt in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
And he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Check 20.
On 3rd down, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, You can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it's going to be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But now it's third down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And now Jackson will look to throw it, and it's incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And an alley to run. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Check.
On first down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Throwing is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
A big play there on the catch and run, 53 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger looking for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. On third down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the first down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A run for Hill, and he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start the drive with Dixon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Back now in Pittsburgh. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
16 yards, a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson forced out, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
That's it, baby. You gon' work.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dante Moncrief. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. Keep it on the ground.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Freeman, and getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Here we go. 36, 36.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson, being chased out left. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. On second down, it's Connor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And that one going nowhere from the start, as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by a field goal, 35 seconds to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Taking all these trips